That was too easy.
Ah! You thief! You little lying thief!
And to think that something as exquisite as this fell into my hands with almost no effort. Wait till Don and Kyle hear about this.
Wow.
You surprised me, that's for sure. The way you pulled off that act wearing that school uniform was simply astounding.
Her VA is fantastic.
Just what you'd expect from the mademoiselle of an ex-aristocratic family.
Mademoiselle of an ex-aristocratic family. Okay. They are, Victoria.
Yeah. But what's in the past is in the past. But it certainly doesn't hurt that in this outfit I can deceive almost anyone. That gullible mayor and dim-witted bracer girl.
Oh my god, if Estelle heard that, she's gonna be so mad. I hope she heard it.
Idiots, the whole lot of them.
She heard it.
What was that? Calm down. Let's see what else they have to say.
You expect me to just say this? Fine, but I'm not happy about it. I want to see what else they say. Yeah, same Victorio. These are real. This one's real well made.
Fine, but I'm not happy about this.
Yeah, but that girl seemed pretty tough.
That's right.
I mean, she took care of all the monsters that appeared in the mine.
That's right.
The mine? Oh, so you're the one who screwed up their job.
Ah, that sus miner was with her.
If you had just done it like you were supposed to, I wouldn't have had to put on a monkey show to get this thing.
My apologies.
Forget about it. All's well that ends well. At any rate, those two kids being bracers was an absolute joke. Especially that brainless bimbo! She honestly believed that we could be friends. What a freaking moron. I had to try so hard just to keep from laughing.
Aww.
That is
It's just so absurd.
What's so funny?
She couldn't hold it in anymore.
It's you guys.
Yup, it's the brainless bimbo and her absolute joke of a bracer partner. And this probably won't come as a surprise, but we're gonna beat you up now.
What? Bracers?
How did they find...
You did a fine job stealing that septium from the mayor's residence, but it looks like you were a little careless in the end.
In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with breaking and entering, vandalism, and burglary. It would be in your best interest not to resist, but I'm sure Estelle is hoping you will.
This doesn't look good.
What are we going to do now, Josette?
How about you quit quaking in your boots for starters? These bracers are nothing more than a ragtag group of kids. I think it's time we showed them the real strength of the Kapwa family.
Who are you to be calling us kids? You brat! I've had it up to here, and I'm going to do something about it right now.
Hey, that's my line! All right,
shit.
boys, get 'em!
Understood.
Roger's
She-
My
that.
pleasure.
Does she have a gun?
How in
Give
the
it back.
world?
You had enough yet? That's what you get for taking bracers lightly. And we'll be taking this back if you don't mind. Thank you very much.
That dub, Slayer.
Hey, that septium belongs to me.
No, not to you. To the people of Roland. That's who. The sheer nerve you have to say something like that is astounding.
Now that we've got the crystal back, how about we move on to confession time? That's an interesting name you mentioned. The Kapwa family, was it?
Me and my big mouth? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
So, you want to be a tough egg to crack, do you? I don't mind at all. In fact, I like them that way.
What are you trying to do? That's a dangerous thing to be swinging around like that.
Well, if you can't answer with your mouth, then maybe your body can answer instead. But don't worry, I'll be extra gentle.
Eek! Get away from me, you crazy witch!
I think Shara's enjoying this.
Let's just sit back and enjoy the show. Look out! Shara!
An orbital gun?
Are you alright, Shara?
I'm fine. Forget about me. Look at that!
An airship?
Looks like the tables are turned in our favor now, aren't they?
Are you okay, Josette?
Kyle, you're late! Where have you been? Oh, never mind. Just hurry up and give us a hand.
No can do. Our push into the Roland region has been put on hold. Something big came up in the Bose region while you were away.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't have time to explain. Hurry and hop on or I'll have to leave you behind.
Crap!
Just where do you think you're going?
We'll pick this up another day. And don't think of one either. Payback's gonna be a beast.
Well, at least we got the Septium back.
I sure wasn't expecting anything like that to come out of the woodwork. It looks like they caught us all off guard.
This isn't a laughing matter. Right now I'm so frustrated I don't even know what to think.
Well, on the bright side, we did get the Septium crystal back. Switching gears, that group sure looked to me like a bunch of sky bandits.
Yes, they certainly seem of that variety. It also sounds like they made the Bose region their base of operations as well. I certainly wouldn't have expected a group like that to travel all the way to a rural place like Roland.
I couldn't care less if they're sky bandits or brigands. The next time I see that scruffy, lying jerk of a tomboy, I'm gonna thwack bam kapow her!
What's thwack bam kapow supposed to mean?
Thus, the Septium crystal stolen from the mayor's residence was safely recovered. After returning it to the mayor, Estella and the others returned to the guild to report the details of the incident. Well said, Estelle.
Looks like you've had a rough day. Who would have thought the Sky Bandits would appear? I don't blame you for letting them escape.
No, this time was my fault. I should have been more careful. I'm really far from being in the same league as Cassius.
It's not your fault, Shara. I let my emotions get the best of me and...
I was careless as well.
No, you guys did a great job. I'd even give you a passing grade for your on-site investigation of the mayor's residence. Don't you think you should recommend them, Ina?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing as well.
Recommend?
What do you mean?
Hold your horses. First comes the payment for a job well done.
Yes.
This is for you both. And take this as well.
This is...
As of now, you both are junior bracers. In other words, bracers in training.
Nice.
In order to become senior bracers, you'll need to receive recommendations from all regional branches in the kingdom. And this is your recommendation from the Roland branch.
Is it really okay for us to have this?
I had heard that in order to become a full-fledged bracer, we'd need to achieve something fairly noteworthy.
I think in light of the jobs performed in your father's stead and your great showing here, your achievements are sufficient. However, these achievements are only for your work here in Roland.
You'll need to receive recommendations from the other regional branches after achieving success there as well. Bose, Ruan, Zeiss, and finally, Grenzel. You've still got a long road ahead of you.
Even so, I'm really happy. It was worth all the hard work. Now that we've come this far, don't you think we should visit the other regions too, Joshua?
I figured you'd say as much.
Travel time?
I agree with you, but we can't decide this all by ourselves. We should discuss it with Dad when he gets home.
Right.
Oh,
That's the telephone, right?
hello, this is the Bracer Guild's Roland branch in the Liberal Kingdom. Ah, it's been a while since we last talked, hasn't it? I see. Are you sure? That's terrible.
I wonder if something happened.
It looks that way to me.
Yes, that's right. He left on business the other day. What? I apologize, but this is a little difficult to believe. Understood. I'll pass on the news to his family. They'll be fine. They're bracers too. Yes, and if you hear anything else, please let me know.
What's wrong, Ina?
It's unusual for you to be so surprised like that. Who was calling?
The Bose branch. Something terrible has happened. The airliner Lind has disappeared over the Bose region.
What?
How is that possible?
I don't know if the Royal Army is currently conducting a wide-scale search. Due to this event, all other flights have been postponed.
Well,
Well, that explains the backup at the landing port.
And
Aina,
Estelle, Joshua, please brace yourselves. Your father, Cassius, was aboard the airliner which went missing.
what?
Impossible!
There's gotta be some kind of mistake.
It seems his name was on the passenger list. Liberal Bracer Guild. Roland Branch. Senior Bracer. Cassius Bright. 45.
even so, Cassius, he's a powerful dude. He can take care of himself. Why is my present a boy? That achievement name, I love it. He can take care of himself. There's no way something bad happened to him. If something bad did happen to him, he can take care of himself. North. Congrats. GG.
Estelle, are you in there?
Joshua?
Dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roasted basil chicken and onion soup gratin.
That sounds so good. I'll come down later, so why don't you two go on ahead and eat?
All right. Well, make sure to come down before your food gets cold.
The Wheel of Fortune card. Again. Something really is going on. I just can't see what it is. Where's Estelle?
She said to go ahead and eat without her. She didn't seem to have an appetite.
I see. She took the news a lot better than I thought she would.
It's not surprising she doesn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father.
I agree.
So, what do you think about all of this, Shara? Is it an accident or an incident?
An incident for sure.
To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad is a top-class bracer. When it comes to crisis management, he's the best there is. Whichever it is, if your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved. But the fact is, an airliner, along with your father, has gone missing.
In other words, what you're trying to say is that things that shouldn't have happened, right?
Don't lose heart on me now. You need to be a stout wall of support and bear Estelle up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out.
Man, it sure smells good down here. I can't stand it any longer.
Get over here, girl.
What?
Estelle, are you okay?
I'm so hungry, I thought I was gonna pass out. Oh, this looks so good. Bon appetit! Aren't you two having any? This is great! The basil flavor really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua.
Well, thanks.
Come on, Shara, don't just sit there too. Don't you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of Steinrose that's about 20 years old in there.
Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old too?
Shara, what do you think you're doing?
Sorry, Estelle. I'm going to have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing up in your room? You didn't come down even after Joshua called you for supper.
Huh? Oh, right. I was just looking for some extra underwear. I was having a bit of trouble finding one of my favorites because it was stuffed in the back of the drawers.
Underwear?
Oh, and a set of gear for traveling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone, so I figured as long as we're prepared, we'll have nothing to worry about.
So, what you're saying is, you intend to head to Bose to find your father?
Well, duh. That's a no-brainer. And while I can't imagine anything bad happening to him, despite his horrible luck, waiting around just doesn't suit me. So I'm gonna go check things out for myself.
You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say. But
What? You're so rude, Joshua. But you're coming along too, right?
of course. However, it looks like all airliner flights have been canceled until the Army finishes their search. It seems like the only way to Bose is on foot.
Walk to Bose, huh? I wonder how long that's gonna take.
For a bracer on foot, if they hurry, they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well.
Nice.
Really? You come with us? But aren't you busy with a bunch of other jobs?
Hey, I trained under your father, right? Did you honestly think I'd just sit here when something could have happened to the person I owe so much to?
She's a great role model, yeah. I see nothing bad about her. I like her a lot.
To talk to Aina and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member.
Shara.
We really appreciate this, Shara.
You really shouldn't be thanking me. I just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies.
Oh.
I hate to say it, but you're probably right. Well, since Shara's along for the ride now, I do feel a bit more confident.
We appreciate you coming along with us.
Myself as well. Anyway, let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. I'll need to explain the situation to Aina.
Chapter 1. Disappearance of the Linde. We're barely starting Chapter 1. Oh my god. I have no idea how many chapters there are. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I understand the situation now. To be frank though, with Sherazard taking off after Cassius, I'm going to be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about anything.
I really appreciate this, Aina. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone. You should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload.
Don't you think that's a bit harsh?
Chapter 1. Yeah.
Don't worry. If things get too hectic, I'll ask for help from the Gransel branch. By the way, Sherazard, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk to you about the job you were going to do.
Sure, no problem. Estelle, Joshua, could I have you two wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute.
Understood.
Shara, if we're going to be waiting, would you mind if we did it out in front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, then let's meet up in front of the clock tower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself.
Got it. Come on, Joshua.
Sure.
Clock Tower has such a big significance for us, though, and I still don't really know why. Maybe she'll tell us here. Erected in partnership with the liberal royal family Septian Church in Roulette City. Destroyed during the 100 Days War when Roulette was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. Rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roulette.
Every time I see this clock tower, I always think they sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. You can sure feel the spirit of Roland's people from this. Estelle?
Joshua, what do you think about going up with me and waiting until Shara shows up?
You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind.
Okay, come on. The morning air is so refreshing. Hey, look, Joshua. We can see the house from here.
You're right, I can see the roof. But do you want to tell me what's going on since you've always avoided coming up here? I was under the impression that you didn't like this place.
I like this place, but I just can't casually come up here because this is the place where my mom died.
What?
Years ago, during the war, when the Imperial Army surrounded Roland, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try and get the citizens to surrender. This was at the time Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower. And when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. when I came to, I hardly had a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble. And as I cried, she sang my favorite lullaby. But when they finally dug us free... after the war ended and this place had been rebuilt, I avoided coming here for the most part. It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just, when I come here, a part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I felt that I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her.
Estelle.
But today's okay, right? Relying on her just this once. Asking her to bring Dad home safely. Asking her to protect him.
Of course it is. And don't worry, Dad's safe for sure. Your mother's protecting him, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue. Just like your mother did for you, you can do the same for your dad. And don't forget, I'm here to help you too.
Joshua.
I know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I can stay here by your side as I am now. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, you've always got mine. So... Huh?
Joshua, you're trying too hard.
She always has to ruin the moment. Would it be a JRPG without that? Yeah.
You shouldn't say things like that so lightly.
Well, what do you mean?
If I were any other girl, I would have totally misinterpreted your intentions right now.
Oh my god,
You
Estelle.
are seriously the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future.
I think that's you, Estelle. I think you're projecting here.
I'm already starting to get worried.
Well, excuse me for trying to be nice. Why do you have to be like that when someone is genuinely worried about you?
Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now.
I guess as long as I get some kind of thanks, it was worth looking like a complete fool. But you are unbelievable. I swear to Adios. Nice.
The mumble. I swear to Adios. Just take the support.
Don't be so
I
bad.
know.
I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Shara's waiting for us.
You're probably right.
Mom, I finally realized why I wanted to become a bracer. It's so I could become strong and protect others, just like you. So please watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad home safe again.
Aww, the two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why, my cheeks even feel a bit hot just thinking about it.
And Estelle ruined it, Shara. She ruined it again.
What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us?
Give me some credit, will you? I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an mobile camera to get a shot of that view.
Come on.
What are you trying to say, Shara? That's called family bonding. Plain and simple. It's kind of like your habit of hugging everyone after your third bottle of wine.
Josh is in the family zone, dude. God, you didn't think there was anything worse than the friend zone? Nah. Imagine being in the family zone. The family
Let's not get into that.
What's with the sigh?
How do you get out of that one?
You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Well, whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there?
Yeah. I even asked for her to watch over Dad.
I see. Then I guess it looks like you're all set. You know, Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed.
I think you might be giving her a little too much credit.
Now that you mention it, you met Estelle's mother before, right, Shara?
Yeah, when I was a child. I was still in a troupe at the time.
A troupe?
Yeah, a troupe in a traveling circus. Shara was a dancer. Although it was a long time ago, we first met when she came to Roland with the circus.
12 years ago to be exact. I was 11 and Estelle was 4. And because of that chance encounter, when I became a bracer, I trained under your father.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance. Are you about ready to head up for Bose? With airliner flights cancelled, we'll just have to make our way to Bose the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we'll need to make our way to the Verte Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Bose region.
The Verte Bridge is located at the west end of the Milch Main Road.
It looks like we're all set, so let's go.
Well, if it isn't Estelle. And Joshua, too.
Hello, Mr. Ashton.
And this is Sherazard, if I remember correctly, right?
Good afternoon, sir. We'd like to cross over into the Bose region, so we were wondering about getting a pass.
Let me guess. This has something to do with Lind, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Goodness. Cassius was aboard. This is major. I'll issue you a pass right away.
Yay!
Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
good.
But is it all right if you issue us a pass just like this?
What are you talking about? I know you kids by face. And as a member of the Royal Army, I should do my best to cooperate with the Bracer Guild. Oh, but one more thing.
Huh?
Be careful if you have any errands at the Hocken Gate, north of here. You might want to hide your identity as bracers there.
Oh my.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I can't say any more about the matter. But if you intend to investigate the incident, please do so with discretion. I pray to Adios for Cassius's safe return.
Hello there. Are you headed for Bose?
We are. But how did you know we weren't just visiting again?
Well, a number of people like yourselves have been passing through lately. Exponentially more than usual.
Is that because flights have been suspended in the airspace over Bose?
That's exactly what's happened. You wouldn't believe how busy this place is because of it.
Well, the Royal Army is responsible for all the restricted flights, so you're really not in a position to complain.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Oh, and another thing, traffic through this checkpoint is also being regulated. If you want to go through here, you'll have to get a pass from the Chief Warrant Officer next door.
Oh, well, we've already got one.
Well, aren't you guys prepared? Okay then, how about I open the gate for you?
Thanks, Private Scott.
Right, you're clear to go through. Once you cross over, you won't be able to come back unless you get a pass from the other side. Please be aware of that before you cross.
What's
Whoa.
that headed this way?
Uh-oh.
Well, if it isn't Sherazard, how have you been?
Fine. I haven't seen you in a while either. What are you up to?
As you can see, I'm doing an escort job. I'm sure that you've heard about all the airliners being grounded after the Lind incident, right? Because of that, we have to move all this cargo to the Royal City by ground transport.
I see. Well, your efforts are appreciated.
So how about yourself? What are you doing with these youngsters? Don't tell me you're looking into the incident.
That was the plan. Why? Do you know something we should be aware of?
Well, I think it would be best if you spoke with Lugren about it at the Bose branch. Anyway, I've got to get going. Catch you later.
First Mr. Ashton, and now him? Everyone keeps hinting at something, but no one will just come out and say it. I wonder what's up.
Well, there must be a good reason for it, and we'll probably find our answers at the Bose branch.
Agreed. If we do as he suggests and ask Logren about it, we may just get a clue as to what's going on. Anyway, let's get moving.
Ooh, we're finally at Bose! Ooh, time to talk to a bunch of NPCs and fuck up my voice. Ooh, the song?
We finally made it here. This is the commercial city of Bose, which sits at the heart of the Bose region.
Wow, this definitely looks like a city.
Of the 5 major cities in Libero, this one comes next after the Royal City. Compared to Roland, the buildings are all made of stone and seem a lot bigger.
Does anyone have any idea what that huge building is over there?
That's the Bose Market. It's an indoor marketplace made up of various shops.
Let's go!
Food, clothing, sundry goods, furniture, books, and so on. You can pretty much buy everything here with the exception of weapons and ordnance.
What? That's what I want the most!
It's not surprising that they call this place a commercial city. Man, I really wish this trip could have been for shopping.
Maybe some other time. Let's first stop by the guild and find out what's going on regarding the incident.
Oh, all right.
Just so you know, the Bracer Guild is just right over there.
Oh, Sherazad, You arrived a lot sooner than I expected. I appreciate you coming all the way from Roland.
God, that must hurt his voice to do. It's just a guttural sound, a guttural voice. Oh, that would fuck my voice over so bad.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Lugren? Did someone tell you that we were coming ahead of time?
Yes, I received a call from Aina not that long ago. So that means these two kids with you are Cassius' children?
Yes, that's right.
It's nice to meet you, sir. I'm Estelle Bright.
And I'm Joshua Bright. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm Lugren, and I oversee the Bose branch. Your father and I go way back. Please, just call me Lugren.
Sure, we'll do that. That said, could you give us a quick update on the missing airliner incident?
Yes, about that. The Royal Army is still continuing its search. However, with the Army's current restriction on information, no public updates on the situation have been made. And not only has the general public been kept in the dark, but the Guild hasn't heard a word either.
Really? Why not? Aren't the Army and the Guild supposed to be cooperating together?
Well, that's the way it is on the surface anyway. But in actuality, there's a lot of opposition between both parties on a number of aspects.
So, pretty much what you're saying is that it's a bunch of jurisdictional disputes, right?
I hate to admit it, but that's the situation. In addition, General Morgan has gotten involved.
Did you just say General Morgan? Great. Now it really looks like things are going to be a pain.
General Morgan? Who's that?
He's famous for repelling the Imperial Army's invasion 10 years ago. You should have read about him in the history books.
Amazingly enough, I don't recall the name. So, what's the big deal with this famous guy anyway?
From what I've heard, he's not the biggest fan of the Bracer Guild. Hates Bracers, in fact. It seems he even makes it a point to routinely assert that there's no need for a Bracer Guild.
Ooh, sounds like a real whack job to me. So what you're saying is that we're not getting any information because of this general?
That's not really important at the moment. What really matters is bracers are being prohibited from entering the regions they are investigating. And because of that, it's causing conflicts with our other work.
But we came all this way here from Roland. If that's the way it's gonna be, then it's time to duel it out with this general and decide who gets to investigate the incident.
You're talking like a crazy person, Estelle.
Keep your cool, Bracer. There are other ways, such as the request we just received from the mayor concerning the incident. She has asked that we conduct an investigation from the guild side, separate from the army.
Well, that's encouraging news. If it's an official request from the mayor, it'll be a great pretext for us to conduct our own investigation.
I see. Well, isn't this perfect timing? Lugren, we'll accept the mayor's request.
That sounds fine by me. But before you go, you two are junior bracers, right?
Yeah. What?
Junior bracers, so to speak, are members in training registered at various branches. In short, their performance is monitored by the branch where they're currently registered. And right now, for you two, that would be Roland.
So, what you're trying to say is that...
We have to change our registration if we want to accept jobs here, right?
You've got it. Here, all you need to do is sign on these forms to transfer your registration.
Sure.
Our names go here, and...
Alright, it looks like everything's in order. Junior Bracers Estelle and Joshua. As of this day at 1520, your registration at the Bose branch has been approved. This means that you are now members of the Bose branch.
So you know, once you become a senior bracer, you can do any job without being registered to a particular branch. But on the flip side, your duties and responsibilities increase as well.
Understood.
So we're pretty much still newbies.
Well, it looks like now I'll be able to entrust you with the mayor's request. The mayor's residence is near the west gate. You should go there and talk to her directly.
We'll do that.
Understood.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Ravenny Village, let's go. Cozy little place.
So this is Ravenue Village, huh? This sure is a peaceful place. Look, there's an orchard.
The village is known for its production of fruit, but it used to have a rich mining history. I've heard there's an old abandoned septium mine to the north of here.
You seem to know a lot about the place. Have you been here before?
Yeah, when I was training to become a senior bracer. During that time, I covered the whole kingdom on foot without an airliner.
Why? An airliner would have been so much more convenient.
Airliners are certainly convenient, but they only go to the 5 major cities. If you get used to their convenience, your attention won't reach other places. You should first travel on foot and see the places you should protect with your own eyes. Is pretty much the way your father recommended me to go about my training.
Dad really said that?
There's certainly the possibility that if an incident occurs in a place you're unfamiliar with, you could end up getting there too late. Also, it would be pretty advantageous to know the geography when chasing a criminal.
That's exactly right. It might be a good idea for you two to take on that challenge if you have some time.
Wow! Now isn't this a gorgeous place? Check out that crazy expensive looking chandelier!
Calm down, Estelle.
It looks like this is the mayor's place, alright. Now I just wonder if she's home.
Oh, do we have visitors? Welcome to the Bose Mayor's residence. May I ask who you are, please?
We're with the Bracer Guild. The mayor made a request to the guild and we've come here to inquire about the details.
Well, I have heard from the mayor that we would be expecting you. However, I am sorry to inform you that the mayor is currently out at the moment. She has gone to worship at the chapel.
When do you expect her back, sir?
Well, let me see. Actually, I would imagine her to be making a return at any moment.
Well, we're kind of in a hurry to meet her. Do you think it would be alright to call on her at the chapel?
Well, I don't wish to inconvenience you.
Don't worry, it'll probably save the both of us some trouble. But if you don't mind me asking, what does the mayor look like? Like the typical wealthy person? Big hat with feathers in it, dripping gemstones from every pore?
Feathers? Gemstones from every... what? How colorful, but quite off the mark, I assure you. How would I describe her? Should I say she looks splendid, or should I say beautifully mature?
Oh, I love that. I want to be beautifully mature.
If she could just find the right man, then I could retire in peace.
Oh.
Huh?
Never mind. I was just thinking out loud. Ah, yes, this may help. The mayor has a maid accompanying her. That might be the easiest way to find her.
The mayor is being accompanied by a maid, huh? That sounds easy enough to find in a crowd of people.
Let's hurry and head over to the chapel. Oh, there you are! You're the maid we've been looking for!
And you are?
Estelle, that wasn't very polite. My apologies. We're with the Bracer Guild. We're looking for the mayor so we can confirm the details of a job she requested.
Oh, I see. Please, let me introduce myself. I am her maid, Leela. I see to the mayor's daily needs.
Being served hand and foot, huh? The worlds we live in are really different. So where's the mayor, if you don't mind me asking? Didn't she come here to pray?
She's playing hooky from her religious duties.
Huh?
I'm sure she's probably in the middle of inspecting the situation in the market. She took off after telling me to pray for her, too.
I don't know how I should say this, but the mayor seems like she has quite a unique personality.
Well, doesn't she sound interesting? Even if she weren't the mayor, I'd be kind of intrigued.
There is no doubt she's a capable person, although she does have a bit of an unrestrained aspect to her at times.
I love that. Leela, can you go pray for me? Can you do my praying for me while I go to the market?
Anyway, I'm on my way to meet her right now. I don't mean to sound impolite, but would you mind waiting at her residence? I will let her know you're there.
I don't know how to feel about going back there empty-handed. Would it be alright if we came along with you instead?
Come with me to meet the mayor? Well, I guess it's okay. Let's make our way over to the Bose Market then.
Wow, this place is really huge! I wonder where the mayor is.
Well, she does stand out in the crowd, so I'm sure you'll find her right away. Oh, just as I thought.
The two of you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. Trying to force up the price of food at a time like this by buying it all up? You're not fit to be merchants in Bose.
But, ma'am, we were just thinking about how to increase sales for the Bose market in general.
I don't want to hear any more from you. If it were other products, it would be a different story. But making undue profits on necessities will lead to negative publicity for the market. Return these goods to their original prices at once.
All right.
We'll do as you say.
Now, I don't doubt your passion for the Bose market, but I want you to understand this. Commerce, when you get right down to it, is the established relationship of trust between people. And believe me, if you do business with that in mind, you can become wonderful merchants in Bose.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll do our best.
Madam.
Leela! So, you came, huh? I'm sorry you had to see that side of me.
Actually, you did a wonderful job, as always. But never mind that. These people are here to see you. Please come back home immediately.
Oh, that emblem is... Could you be the bracers I requested?
Yep, that's us. But...
So does that mean that you're...
Forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Maybelle. I'm the owner of this market and the mayor of the Bose region.
This restaurant looks super expensive. Are we really gonna have a meeting here?
I'm too busy too, Calandra. I'll tell my maid to pray for both of us. Howdy, Mayor.
I often use this place for business meetings. The food is quite good, too.
I tell you what, though, I heard the mayor of Bose was a woman, but I never imagined you would be this young.
Based on looks alone, I would guess that you're only 4 or 5 years older than me.
Actually, I still feel like I'm nothing more than an unworthy successor to my father. My late father was the previous mayor, and all I did was inherit the rights to the Bose market and the political foundation which he set up.
That's, rather unvarnished self-evaluation if I've ever heard one.
After all, I'm just the daughter of a businessman, so there's no sense in getting high-hat about that. But anyway, would it be alright to go over the details of my request with you again?
Sure, that'd be fine.
Well, what I would like to ask that you do is investigate the disappearance of the missing airship and bring closure to the incident. I am of the opinion that bracers would bring about much more desirable results concerning this incident than the army is currently producing. The reason being, we're not fighting a war. We're trying to find answers and solve a mystery.
Well, I, for one, would be honored. But don't you think that you're overrating us just a bit?
Just call it a businesswoman's prerogative. The fact of the matter is, an influential businessman was aboard the airliner that disappeared. In addition, if the Royal Army continues to keep the Bose airspace as a no-fly zone, business is going to suffer. And just when business had been booming prior to the Queen's birthday celebration, too.
I see. So this is an economic appeal, right?
Yes, and it's something which I can't trust to be left up to the Army alone. So, what do you think? Will you accept my request for your help in the matter?
Well, we have our own reasons for wanting to investigate the incident, and we'd like to accept the job, but the Army has actively been trying to exclude bracers from anything having to do with the incident. So, I don't suppose you could pull the mayor card for us, could you? Maybe show the Army who's running the show?
Excluding bracers, huh? This must have something to do with General Morgan, then. That man has disliked bracers from the beginning.
So you know who the general is, Mayor Maybelle?
He was a friend of my late father's. Tentatively speaking, we have a passing acquaintance with each other. So I may just be able to do something for you.
Meaning?
Leela.
Yes, madam.
I guess this should be sufficient. Here, please take this with you.
What's this letter for?
It's a letter of request to General Morgan. It is to inform him of my request for information about the incident as the official responsible for the region. I think this should be enough to get some information out of the Army.
I see. But I wonder if that bracer-hating general will even meet with us at all.
I think it would be a pretty safe bet as long as you hide your identities. You would probably be best served by saying that you are messengers for the mayor.
I don't know if I like the sounds of that. Feels like we're lying or something.
It's not lying. We'd just not be telling him everything. Since this is a time-sensitive situation, I think we should be practical about it.
I guess you're right, Joshua. By the way, where do we need to go to meet General Morgan?
There's a fort called the Haken Gate on the international border to the north of Bose. You should be able to find the general there.
North of Bose.
All right, everyone. I'm counting on you.
You just leave everything to us. If we find out anything, we'll come and let you know.
Joshua, please.
I'll be looking forward to some good news. Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
I like Mayor Maybell. She's good peoples.
All right, let's get going, shall we?
Bose is in good hands.
The Haken Gate is at the end of the Eisen Road to the north of the East Bose Highway.
At the end of the Eisen Road to the north of the east? This is horrible for people like me. At the end of the Eisen Road to the north of the East Bose Highway. Okay, so we're gonna go to the East Bose Highway and go north. At the end of the, the road.
In short, we need to head out the East Gate and then turn north thereafter, right?
Thank you, Josh. Thank you. North of the south of the west of the edge of the cheese. Head to the north to the east-west highway to the south. Getting the Eisen Road to the south to the west. I like how they know that sounded ridiculous, so they had to have Joshua word it. East, I thought you said west. We need to head out to the east gate and then north after that.
Alrighty then. Hacken Gate, here we come.
Odd, here we are. Let us through.
Wait, weren't you with the Bracer Guild?
Too bad. Not today. Today, we're here on official business.
Her little snarky.
This is Mayor Maybell's.
The mayor has requested that we come and speak with General Morgan about the status of the search.
As you can see, this document is official. But if you don't want to let us through, I'm sure you'll be hating life later.
I guess there's nothing we can do but let you through.
Are you serious about this?
Don't you know? Mayor Maybell's the one in charge over the entire region. You can't just ignore that.
I guess you're right. All right. We'll grant you permission to pass, but make sure you don't cause any problems. Whatever happens, never forget that we share a border with the Empire.
Yeah, we got it already.
All right then, let us through.
Whoa, we're already at the gate. Let's go.
This is Hacken Gate? It's freaking huge!
Of course it's huge. It acts as the sole entrance to the Empire, and is a rampart that protects Liberal from foreign threats. After it was destroyed in the war 10 years ago, a much more robust wall was built in its place. Standard military reaction, bigger equals better.
Which means beyond this point is no longer liberal.
Yeah, it's the territory of the Erebonian Empire which stands beneath the emblem of the Golden Stallion.
The Erebonian Empire.
And that's where Cold Steel takes place.
Well, enough staring for one day. Let's go meet with General Morgan. There's some barracks right there to the side of the gate. Maybe we'll find him in there.
Okay, let's go.
Before that, I want you to remove those bracer emblems you've got pinned on your chests. Things won't be pretty if General Morgan sees those.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Somehow I feel all weird doing this.
Yeah, there's something that just doesn't feel right about this.
Don't worry. That's proof that you started adjusting to being a bracer.
Oh, okay, here. Has to be
How
here.
in the world did you guys get through? The barricade hasn't been lifted on the Eisen Road yet.
We came here on an errand for Mayor Maybell from Bose. Do you think you could get us in to see General Morgan?
Well, that's understandable. In that case, I could definitely get you in to see the General, but unfortunately he's out at the moment. He's actually spearheading a number of searches right now.
It looks like our timing was bad. You don't happen to have an idea when he might return, do you?
I think he'll be back sometime today. There's a bar in that rest stop over there, so why don't you wait there for him? I'll let you know when he gets back.
The bar? You mean the place that we were just at? Why is there a bar in a place like this?
Obviously, because this is the border with the Empire. The screening process for those entering and leaving the country is really strict, so there are a lot of travelers who have to wait quite a bit.
That makes a lot of sense. In that case, it's understandable that you would need facilities like an inn and a bar.
Well then, we'll take you up on your suggestion and wait over at the bar.
Good day to you all, my fine friends. You appear to be citizens of Liberal, but may I ask if you are traveling to the Empire?
Nope, we're just here on an errand. We're not traveling to the Empire.
You appear to be a citizen of Erebonia yourself. What about you? Are you here to visit the Liberal Kingdom?
Huh. I'm glad you asked. I am indeed a visitor in Liberal, both for work and for pleasure. And you say you're running an errand, but I can see your true colors. I know exactly who you are.
Who are we?
Indeed. You're bracers, no?
How did you know? We removed our bracer emblems. Wait, are you trying to tell us that you're in the same profession?
It's true that there are guild branches in the Empire, but actually I'm not a bracer. I just know several people in the guild, that's all. And there's an air about you that reminded me of them. So I just thought I'd ask.
Those are some excellent deductive reasoning skills you've got. I don't think an amateur could have picked us out of a crowd like that. Are you sure you're a traveler?
Please, don't look at me with such suspicious eyes. Those cold, flickering eyes of ember. Just like a glass of exquisite brandy, you just make me want to kiss you and hold you in my arms.
Why does everyone hit on Josh?
What?
Poor Josh.
You're a bold one, aren't you?
You did the same thing, Shara. Josh cute. He's cute, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, you. Are you one of those men who likes other boys?
I just can't help myself when I see something beautiful standing before my eyes. Daughters of serenity, sons of elegance, supernal melodies and cleansing landscapes, masterpieces and stories to move the soul. And last but not least, the most exquisite in food and drink.
Well said.
For things such as these are those which pique my interest.
Oh, so you're a pervert, just like I thought.
Oh my god. Estelle, please. He just likes all the beautiful things, and Josh is a beautiful person.
Yep, definitely a pervert.
You're one to talk, Shara.
How dreadful it is that genius is misunderstood in every generation. I feel as if my delicate glass heart is about to be broken. You, with your magnificent black hair, please comfort me in my time of need.
Okay, I love this guy. I just love the way he talks. He's so silly, he's so stupid. Jeez, what to tell ya? Please comfort me in my time of need.
I'm going to have to pass. You've already scarred me for life as it is.
I've heard strange conversations in my day, but this one is worth remembering. The look on that kid's face.
Hey, you three!
He's definitely last in
it's a
He
soldier from
definitely
later.
did a first impression.
The general has just returned. I just spoke to him about the matter, and he said he'll meet you now.
Really?
Yeah, so come to the barracks with me immediately.
Wow, that was much quicker than I thought.
Yeah, now at least maybe we'll be able to find out what's going on.
Okay, then let's be off, shall we?
Oh, you're coming with us?
What are you following us around for?
Your timing is excellent. You didn't miss a beat in exiting behind us. It seemed almost natural. Scarily so.
Ha! You noticed. Everything about you all just seems so interesting. I thought I'd take a gander. Please, don't mind me. Carry on, my good gent and mademoiselles.
You just gonna follow us around? I love this guy.
Of course we're going to mind. Now get you. Shoo! Shoo!
I can't. Still just shooing him? Like he was some dog or something? You haven't explain this right. I thought he called him mammals. What? Dude, I'm just loving Estelle and this blonde guy's banter. It's so good. Shoo! Shoo!
Scrooge.
Scrooge. Aww.
Who was that guy? Seriously, what was his deal?
He's not normal, that's for sure.
Getting rid of that weirdo was probably better not only for ourselves, but a service for the world at large, too.
Man, they're so mean.
Now let's hurry and meet with the general.
But I get it. Of course, if I was Estelle, I'd also be freaked out. Like, who the fuck is this guy? But as just a viewer, oh god, it's hilarious.
I could hear some arguing. Was there some kind of problem with another traveler?
No. Nothing big like that. That aside, could you let us meet with the general?
Oh, I should have gone to talk to him again.
Yeah, he's inside.
I wonder
His
what
office
he
is
would
the
have
last
said.
door on the left. Make sure you don't go wandering around in other places where you're not permitted.
All right, here goes nothing.
Are you here on behalf of Mayor Maybell?
That's right.
Very well. Come inside.
Thank you for seeing us.
I'm glad that you came. My name is Morgan. I have been tasked with guarding the Hakin Gate by Her Majesty, Queen Alicia.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. We are all here on behalf of Mayor Maybell.
Please, pardon our intrusion during such a busy time.
There's no need to apologize. I've known Maybell since she was but a child. I couldn't imagine ignoring her request, much less one from the mayor.
All right then. Would you please read this first?
So it's about the missing airliner, is it? Under ordinary circumstances, that information would be strictly confidential. But considering this is a request coming from her, I'll tell you everything I know.
Sweet!
Why are you happy about something that doesn't concern you?
Crap, I should have kept my mouth shut.
The mayor appears quite distraught over the situation, and so we've wanted to do anything we can to assist her.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's been blessed with some good people around her. Let me get right down to things and explain the status of our search efforts.
Please do.
The airliner Lynn disappeared on its way to Roland after taking off from the Bose landing port. Presently, we have units searching all areas of the region, but we have yet to come up with anything.
So, what you're saying is the possibility of the incident being caused by monsters or an accident is fairly slim, right? If an airship of that size had crashed, it likely would have been discovered in the initial search efforts.
Yes, that's exactly right. In fact, the flight route from Bose to Roland goes over some plains that allow a commanding view of the land. And of course, the probability of the airliner going down in Valeria Lake or the ocean is extremely low.
Boy, am I relieved to hear that it's probably not a worst-case scenario like that.
So, if those have been ruled out, then that leaves the door open to the possibility that the airship could have been taken, right? Which makes me think that the only remaining motives must be to loot the cargo or demand a ransom for the hostages.
In other words, a hijacking, right? Also, considering the geographical conditions, it could have been a covert operation carried out by the Imperial Army.
And that would be really big news if that were the case. What's the matter, General?
I was just thinking that that's quite an impressive assessment for some civilians. We also considered the possibility that the Imperial Army was involved, so we have enforced strict regulations on the flow of information. An international incident, if taken lightly, could result in another war.
War.
But, thanks to the small mercies of Adios, the possibility for another conflict disappeared early this morning. A certain organization sent a letter to the royal family and Orbital Ship Company, claiming responsibility and demanding a ransom for the passengers. This organization goes by the name of the Capua family.
The Capua family? Oh, it couldn't be who I think it is, could it?
It certainly appears to be that way.
The Sky Bandits who have been operating in the shadows in the Bose region and are led by 3 siblings at their head. I take it you've heard of them?
Not only have we heard of them, we just had a run-in with them in Roland. I just can't believe those good-for-nothing thieves have managed to create such a big incident here in Bose.
Estelle!
in with them in Roland? I had heard that some of their gang had showed up in the Roland region, but,
I think he's onto us.
Yeah, because of you and your big mouth.
I see now. I thought the way you were able to analyze the situation was strange for mere civilians. But I never would have guessed that a girl and a couple of kids like you were bracers.
Uh-oh. Who are you calling kids?
Just for the record, Mayor Maybell did in fact request that we come here and talk to you.
Silence, deceivers!
Oh no.
Get in here, men!
He looks pretty pissed.
So this is how a hard-nosed military man acts, eh?
What's the matter, General? Did these visitors try to pull anything funny?
These bracers need to be shown the door. Throw them out immediately!
Oh my god.
Just what is your problem, old man? Trying to brush us off like bugs.
Estelle, she don't give a fuck, dude. This guy already hates us and she over here calling him old man.
You're no different. Hiding your identity so you could try and finagle some information out of me. It's because you pulled underhanded actions like that that bracers can't be trusted.
Wow.
Just where do you get off calling it finagling? It's your own fault since you didn't share the information with the guild to begin with.
Nonsense! Who in their right mind would leave an incident this big in the hands of a mere civilian group? I swear, of all the stupid things Maybell could have tried to pull, hiring a bunch of kids like this and getting in the way of our search party.
How about you cut with the crap, General? Why do you think we've had to come all the way from Roland to begin with? It's because when it comes down to it, you military morons can't do your job.
Oh my god! I love these. I love Shara, Estelle, and Josh so much.
What did you say?
Holy cow.
Shara's really pissed, all right.
For the past few months, you've known about the string of burglaries which seemed to be the work of the Sky Bandits, right? And who, knowing full well it was them, dumped the workload onto the guild instead of looking into it themselves like they should have, huh? And now, the second this incident happens, you get on your high horse with an attitude. Yet you've got nothing to show for it. No hostages or even the location of the missing airliner.
Damn.
Don't you think that's an embarrassment to the entire kingdom?
Silence, girl! The military is an organization that runs on discipline and does not take action on a whim! Unlike a group I know who didn't think ahead and let the Sky Bandits escape. So enough with your insolence!
And everybody's getting roasted!
So you're really looking for a fight, aren't you?
How sad it is to see such discord.
Oh my
Strife
goodness.
brings nothing to be born, but only extends the barren wilderness within our hearts.
Is he gonna serenade us to Kumbaya and just hug it out?
Let me sing a requiem for you all, one to soothe your parched souls.
He literally is.
A gentle yet wistful tune to bathe your brittle spirits and cause the deserts of your hearts to bloom.
Brightly shooting stars, leaving trails in the skies. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain, and the cruel moon mocks my pain. If this fleeting dream shall never be, if this fleeting
I like how they're just letting him. They're just like, all right.
In my heart for all to see, a passionate first and final kiss,
our passionate first and final kiss. Your tears to me are an amber bliss. Let us immure this eternal love. Let us immure this eternal love.
Ha! It looks like you all understood what I was trying to get across. What is it that is most precious above all? That's love and peace, baby.
He's so cringe, but he's so great. Oh god. He just coughed.
I think it's about time for the search party to be returning with their reports.
Wow, did that really work? Whoa, what the fuck happened to him? He's in pieces! Do you guys see him? The blonde-haired man. He's in pieces now. I think he's your new favorite character, yes. Love and peace. Did he fall? That's what I was thinking too. He just screenshot it.
That's right, General.
It happens to everyone? Wow, that's so funny.
I should get back to my duties and make sure you don't let those kids in again. Oh, and cancel any further checks on the travelers along the Ison Road.
I can't believe his song worked. I can't believe it.
Having these kids around any longer would just be an eyesore.
Right away, sir.
He ran away.
The General's a softie.
I wish we could escape. He's still right behind us, isn't he?
No matter what country you visit, military men lack romanticism. But you lot, on the other hand, appear to appreciate my aesthetic sense.
You know, maybe we should get going ourselves.
Yeah, good idea. We had a bit of trouble, but we did manage to get some information.
After we head back to Bose, how about we think about our future plan of attack?
They're just ignoring him.
Where are you going? Wait for me! I mean, please, wait for me!
Oh my god, he's there with them.
I'm Olivier Lenheim, a wandering bard and musician by trade.
Olivier Lenheim. Olivier.
As you already know, I am an Erebonian touring your fair liberal.
I'm Estelle, and... Now wait a minute. Why do we have to introduce ourselves to you?
Easy, Estelle. He did intercede for us back there. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Sherazard. Things were getting pretty heated, and I'm glad you stepped in before something really bad happened. Let me just say thanks.
Ha! You've got nothing to thank me for. I only did what any person who loves beauty and peace would have done. However, if you insist, how about going out on a date with me for a day?
Who are you talking to? Shara? I hope you're talking to Shara.
I'm going to have to pass on that.
He is,
First
okay.
of all, I don't have that sort of free time.
That's too bad.
Aww.
Alright then, I guess I'll accept Joshua as a substitute.
No! Olivia, no!
What do I have to do with any of this? Please don't involve me in your questionable humor.
Well, that's odd. I didn't mean it as a joke.
Saying that makes you even more questionable.
Now just wait a minute. How come you didn't invite me on a date?
I knew she was gonna be mad that he didn't ask her. I would totally date Olivier. He is so funny. Maybe he's not trying to be funny, but I find him funny. I'd date him just for how silly he is.
You?
You?
I don't know how to put this, but you're a bit lacking in the sexy department. You might want to think about taking a lesson or two from your friends here.
Well, excuse me for not being sexy. And just What do you mean by saying I should take a few lessons from Joshua?
Calm down, Estelle. I think you're cute enough just the way you are.
Aww, Estelle, take notice! He thinks you're cute! Take notice!
Though I guess it's true. You are a bit lackluster in the sexy category.
Joshua! Why would you say that? That was unnecessary, my dude!
What did you just say?
He ruined it!
Oh, good grief. Anyway, like I said before, we're busy. I'm sorry there's not a better way to thank you, but we've got to get going.
Then how about you take me along with you to the city of Bose?
Are you gonna be a new party member?
This is my first time in Liberl after all, and I'd like to request a guide.
Well, if that's all
okay,
that you want,
we're just gonna
then
be
I don't
protecting
mind.
you.
Shara! Now just wait a second!
It's the least we can do, and we're headed to the same place anyway.
Yay, more banter with him!
Plus, acting as a guide is one of a bracer's many duties.
Alright. Guess we're stuck with him until then.
Yay!
What if he tries to sink his poisonous fangs of lust into Joshua?
Estelle, Josh is not gonna just randomly say, okay, I'll be with Olivier. He's made it clear. Josh is not interested.
Estelle?
Don't you worry, Joshua. I'll save you from his perverted attentions if he tries anything funny.
What is it exactly you think he'll try?
Please don't refer to me like I'm some sort of ferocious beast. I'd rather that you call me a hunter of love.
Hunter of love, oh my god.
Even love stealer wouldn't be that bad of a title either.
This guy. I love Estelle so much. I love these characters so much. They make me laugh a lot.
So how about it, everyone? Shall we leave for Bose? I'm counting on you all to get me there safely. Now let us be off.
Who died and me to you, leader? Hey, wait a minute, you. I'm not done warning you about the grisly fate that awaits you if you sully Joshua's innocence.
Jesus.
So this is Bose, is it? It's more urban than I imagined. That building over there is Bose Market, no?
Well, you seem to be quite knowledgeable. Are you sure this is really your first time in Liberal?
Ha! I was smart enough to buy a tourist guidebook before I left. One published by your very own Liberal News, no less.
A guidebook? Do they really sell such things?
I don't know how to say it, but we live in a really convenient age.
So, do you intend to go shopping at the Bose Market now?
Yep. And after doing a bit of window shopping, I plan to dress up and dine out. According to the guidebook, there's supposed to be a 3-star restaurant in town.
Right, the place we ate with the mayor. What I mean to say is, I guess this is the place.
The Anterose, authentic liberal cuisine. Or so they say.
Indeed, no doubt this is the place. I'm quite looking forward to it.
But it's supposed to cost a pretty mira if you decide to go with a full-course meal. I'd have to recommend a normal bar any day over this.
Worry not, my fair lady. I've brought sufficient travel expenses. And if that's not enough, I'll earn more with my superb skills.
Superb skills? You're not talking about your songs and musical, renditions, are you?
Can you actually earn Mira with that crap?
Estelle!
Ha! I've starred as the main opera singer at the great theater in the Erebonian capital before. If I remember right, I once earned 1 million mira in a single night.
Oh my.
Big fat liar.
You see how she said it? If I was reading it, if there was no VA, I would have said big fat liar. But I like the way she did it in sing-song. Big fat liar. I love that.
All right, everyone, good work. I guess this is farewell until fate brings us together once more. Adios, amigos.
Don't go!
What horror have we unleashed upon this poor, innocent city? Is everyone from Erebonia a weirdo like that?
Estelle, please.
I don't think I like the idea of that being the Empire stereotype.
Huh?
What I'm trying to say is that I think the majority of the people there are quite serious. I read in a book that their ethos respects the strong, silent type.
So what you're saying is that he's simply a weirdo because he's an artist?
Now just hold up there, Estelle. If the artists of this world heard that, they'd be less than pleased. Let's see. We need to report the information we got out of the General to Lugren.
And it would be best if we let Mayor Maybell know after that, too.
So, first we visit the guild and then the mayor's residence. Okay, let's get going.
Oh, it's you kids. So did you find out anything about the incident?
You bet. Valuable information at that.
The Sky Bandits and the Kapua family. You're right. That is valuable information. However, I'm surprised to hear that General Morgan is an even bigger Bracer hater than I had originally thought.
Yeah, I was really surprised myself. In Roland, the job of a bracer is pretty much respected by everyone. So to encounter someone that hates bracers that much...
Don't worry about it. General Morgan is an exception. Under normal circumstances, the Royal Army and the Guild maintain a pretty good cooperative relationship. However, it looks like this time you're going to have to deal with a lot more than you bargained for.
Well, then I guess we'll have to try to make steady efforts while maintaining a low profile. But it looks like these recent burglaries are also the work of the Sky Bandits, right?
Yes, taking into account the incident in Roland, it's pretty clear who's behind this. To call them burglaries is one thing, though, because most of the stuff that's been stolen hasn't been all that valuable. I would have never thought they would go as far as to commit a heinous crime like hijacking the Lind.
Now that you mention it, that is rather odd. The burglary that happened in Roland was also rather mild in comparison.
Yeah, and to hijack an airliner and then to turn around and demand a ransom from the royal family. The risks there are greater than any potential reward.
In light of that, we should probably do a little more on the investigative side ourselves.
Oh, just by 1 month.
I'm begging you. Please let
Oh
us
my
in.
goodness, Niall is here! What's up? Ah, and there's Dorothy.
If I could just get a comment from the mayor, I'd be on my merry little way.
Yep, that's right. And of course I'd need a photograph too.
I'm sure the mayor would be flattered, but she's extremely busy. I'm going to have to ask all those without an appointment to leave. I hope you can understand the situation.
Come on, please! For an incident this huge, we hardly know anything about the circumstances surrounding it. And I have an obligation to inform the readers.
But...
Yeah, what about the readers? We can probably reach double the numbers if we have the mayor grace the cover. He's said to be very beautiful after all.
Dorothy, why'd you have to go and say something like that?
Huh? But it was you who was saying the same thing, remember? You said if we didn't have any news to go on, we could lure customers to buy the magazine by featuring the sexy mayor on the cover.
You idiot! Miss?
Miss?
Well, aren't you two a couple of interesting visitors?
They arrived up precisely when they mean to.
I'll make sure to tell Mayor Maybell about the details of our conversation. At the moment, however, I am going to have to ask you to leave.
Wait, this is a misunderstanding.
Please leave.
I love that.
Fine.
So, are we going to be okay not getting a photograph of the mayor then?
Please, for the love of Adios and my sanity, just keep your mouth shut.
Niall, wait for me!
Phew. Huh?
Good afternoon, Leela.
Oh, it's you bracers again. Did you just return from the Hawken Gate?
Yeah, something like that. So, those two you just turned away.
A bunch of unscrupulous individuals.
Really?
Those miscreants said they plan to use the mayor to make some quick mira. But as long as I'm here to protect my mistress, I won't allow that to happen.
Ah, I see.
You're really serious about your job, aren't you?
Deadly serious. That's because it's my duty. Anyway, why don't you all come inside? The mayor is waiting for you.
Dealing with complaints from the citizens, late deliveries of goods to the Bose Market because of the airspace being a no-fly zone, servicing the sewer facilities, selecting a congratulatory gift for Her Majesty the Queen, harm incurred by monsters on the new Ansel path, When will all this paperwork finally end? Hello. Oh, are you back already?
You look pretty busy. So would it be better if we came back at a later time?
It is, Calandra. I'm loving it so much.
No, you're fine. So you found out something from General Morgan, right? I'd like to hear about it.
Imagine reading all these lines
Good work.
yourself, yeah.
I feel like I have a much clearer picture of the situation now.
I like it too, Ohana. They made her sound very dignified, as she is. I love it.
First, there was a hijacking by the Sky Bandits, and now a ransom demand? The situation is much more serious than I had originally anticipated.
If the general hadn't found out we were bracers, I think we could have learned more, but...
No, it's all right. I'm just glad to know that it wasn't a crash. With this information, I should be able to take effective countermeasures with the city. Now, I need to think of a way to inform the citizens of Bose and deal with the families of the passengers.
I imagine that'll be quite a difficult task considering that you're already as busy as you are.
Well, that's just the duty of a mayor. And since the identity of the criminals is now known, may I ask that you continue your investigation of the incident?
Of course. That was our plan to begin with. We've already had a run-in with these Sky Bandits before, and I'll wager the honor of the guild that this is one group we cannot simply leave up to the Royal Army.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's Dad to find, and then we need to deal with these Sky Bandits once and for all. Huh? What's with the look, Joshua?
No? Well, thank you, Anon. Thank you again.
I was just thinking, and no matter which way I look at things, I just can't believe it.
What can't you believe?
That Dad could get beaten by a bunch of Sky Bandits, basing my judgment on the ability of the group that appeared in Roland.
I'm in agreement with you there. Cassius could have easily dealt with a group of that caliber.
Come on, Joshua. You too, Shara. You're giving him way more credit than he deserves. He's pretty good, I'll give you that. But I think it would be a bit of a stretch to take on an entire group.
Huh? Do you mind if I ask you something? Are you trying to tell me that your father was aboard that airliner?
Oh, didn't I mention that? I'm embarrassed to say it, but yeah, he was. Not to mention he's a bracer, too.
Yeah?
His name is Cassius Bright.
Did you just say Cassius Bright?
Yeah? Why? Do you know my dad or something?
I've never met him in person, but I've heard a great deal about him. I'm sorry. I just don't know what to say. But we might be able to use this to get some information from the army.
Excuse me, Mayor?
I'm very sorry, and I can empathize with what you must be going through. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this incident, then I am at your disposal. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask.
I wonder what's up with the mayor. As soon as we mentioned Dad's name, she got all surprised.
You're right, but I guess I can imagine where she's coming from. The mayor and the general have known one another for a long time, after all.
Well, let's not worry about that right now. The real question is, where do we go from here?
Just searching around blindly for the airliner or Sky Bandits probably won't amount to anything, right? If that's all it'd take, then the army would have found them a long time ago. Huh? What's the matter with you two?
Estelle, you've matured. If it had been the same you as before, you probably would have said something like, "Let's just comb the entire region."
I never thought I'd see the day when those words would come out of your mouth either. My heart's too full of emotions for words.
So what are you two trying to say? You can be so rude sometimes, I hope you know.
We were complimenting you, Estelle. Seriously.
Unfortunately, unlike Roland, the Bose region is enormous. I'm really hoping for a clue right now.
A clue, huh? Oh, right! Wasn't that Niall and Dorothy we saw in front of the mayor's place earlier? He seemed pretty starved for a story, but he's gotta know something by now, right?
It's true he arrived in Bose a little before we did, so I think it may be worth talking to him.
I wonder where they went.